I said that I'll create a free trading robot for my subscribers, and I asked you which market you prefer. Over 1000 traders voted, which is unbelievable. And in today's video I'll create a free trading robot for Forex and I will share it with you for free. But that's not all. I will also create robots for gold, Bitcoin and Dow Jones, so everyone can get a robot to suit their preferred market. Or you can download all of them. So let's do it. To create the robots, I will use one of the strategy builders we use in the Trading Academy. It is called the Expert Advisor Studio. And if you don't have a license, you can start a free trial. During the free trial, you can generate and automate strategies as much as you can. There is no limit, and for 14 days you can export as many strategies as you wish. And you can test the robots with some of the brokers that we are using. So for today's video, I will open a free demo account with Global Prime and I will test the 4 robots for the 4 different markets together with you. But first, let's create the strategies. I'll click on the generator and the first thing you need to select is the market you want to trade. Recently, I am staying away from the euro dollar. I trade a lot the pound, the dollar yen, euro yen and some of the other currency pairs, but today I'll create one for the pound dollar and I will go down to M15 time frame. Then I need to select what range I want to have for the stop loss and the take profit, and because I want to have a good risk reward ratio, I will select a stop loss between 10 and 50 pips and take profit between 50 and 100 pips. This way I'll make sure that my stop loss is always smaller than the take profit. And then in the generator settings I can predefine some rules for the generation. For example, what criteria I want my strategies to meet. I'll go for at least 200 count of trades, so we will know that the backtest is reliable. I want to see strategies with profit factor at least 1.1 and R squared, let's say 20. I will go back to the generator and I'll just click on start. You can see the speed of the AI Studio. This is how many strategies are being generated during the time I am recording the video. Depending on the market, the time frame and the historical data, you will see strategies being generated immediately and sometimes it will take a little bit longer. Now I'm gonna have my lunch and once I'm back I will see plenty of strategies. And I continue about 30 minutes later and I have some great strategies and the collection. So you can see that for the pound I have 16 strategies in total and 10 passed my criteria, or I can add different validation criteria. For example, if I want to see strategies with more count of trades, I can go to 250. I just see just 2 strategies are left in the collection, and if I click on the first one, you can see that this strategy uses a pin bar, so it enters into a long trade whenever a bearish pin bar was formed. And as well, we need to see a confirmation from the D marker, which should be rising, and we have an exit condition that the bar opens below upper band after opening above it. Or pretty much I see the rules of the strategy that will be trading behind the robot, and this is something we usually don't know whenever we purchase a robot from any vendor, right? We just purchase the robot, we put it on MetaTrader and we hope that they have a good strategy. Now if I click on the indicator chart, I can see exactly where the trades open. So right in here we have the confirmation, we have this bearish pin bar formed, we have the confirmation that the D marker rises, and you see that this trade was closed at the take profit. And if I go go backwards, I will see some more trades that open and closed. Of course, some of those were profitable, some were losing, but overall we have a very good balanced chart. So that will be the strategy that I will put down below in the description, and you can download it for free. But before you rush with it, wait to see the other 3 strategies that I'll select. So just export the one for the pound dollar, 1 click by the way, and we get the ready to use robot. This is why I started using AI Studio probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Now the next collection I have is for the gold, and you can see that here I have some very decent balance lines, and here I have 20 strategies in total. So I'll just increase the minimum R squared to 70, and I'll go even to 80 and 85, and now 12 out of the 20 are left, and pretty much R squared of 100 means that I will have the perfect balance line, which we never have with robots. But the higher the number is, the fewer strategies I will see, or I'll just see the strategies that have a very good balance line. I'll go for 85, and I have just 2 strategies left in the collection, and I'll take the first one because it's profiting really well recently, and I'll click on it, and you'll see that it uses the Bull's power as an entry rule and 2 different Bollinger Band rules as an exit indicator. And it's not only the indicator chart, I can go to the report and see much more statistics for that strategy, and there are some graphs. We can see how the strategy is performing monthly as well. But anyways, this is the strategy that I'll share with you for the gold, and I'll export it for MetaTrader 4 and for MetaTrader 5. And this is interesting. I see some great strategies for the Bitcoin as well, and in times when it is sitting at $65,000 to $70,000, I really don't care if the Bitcoin will continue higher or it will crash downwards, because I traded with expert advisors. I shared publicly one of my live accounts where I'm trading the 3 Bitcoin expert advisors, and those made above 23% in the last 30 days. And the strategies I use in this live account are created in the very same way as I just created these Bitcoin robots. So again, I'll increase the minimum R squared to 70, 80, 85, even to 90. Absolutely, there are still strategies that have higher minimum R squared, 95. Now that's too much, so I'll just decrease it a little bit, and here it is. The one strategy with the best balance line is that one. 2 entry indicators, 1 exit indicator, and you can see what a balanced chart we have, especially recently. It is profiting that way, so I will download it for MetaTrader 4, for MetaTrader 5, and I really hope that it will keep profiting that way so you guys can make some money with it. But of course, the backtest does not guarantee future performance, so you always make sure to test these robots on demo account. And before I show you the strategy for Dow Jones, let me show you how to open a demo account from scratch with the sponsor of today's video, Global Prime. And they are actually one of the brokers we started using recently, so I will just sign up. And if you're a complete beginner, I'll show you how to open a demo account. Now click on demo, and I will click on new account. Then I'll select the type of account I want to have. I'll stick to standard. I'll switch to dollars, and I will start with $1,000 demo account. I'll input my name and phone number, and I'll click on create account. And immediately I receive the account login, the server, and the password, and I will install the MetaTrader 4 platform. I'll install it on one of my VPSs because I want to make sure that they won't be interrupted and they'll be trading 24/7. The platform is installed. I'll click on next, and I'll just copy paste my login credentials. I'll paste the password as well and I'll click on finish. You can see that the account is connected. So now I have $1,000 virtual money that I can use to test the expert advisors. But before I put them on the account, let me show you the fourth expert advisor for the Dow Jones. And actually I have 86 strategies generated, but I selected one that is trading on the M5 time frame. It uses moving averages crossover, which means that it will open a long trade whenever the fast moving average crosses the slow moving average upwards. Let me show you that on the chart, and I'll just look for a long trade. Actually the very recent one is a long trade, and you can see that we have a long trade after we had a candle where the fast moving average crossed the slow moving average upwards. Then we have an exit indicator from the Bollinger Bands, and we have a stop loss and a take profit. So I'll download this expert advisor for MetaTrader 4 and for MetaTrader 5, and now I'll select the ones for MetaTrader 4 and I will put them on MetaTrader. So I'll copy them, I'll go to File, Open Data Folder, I'll click on MQL4 Experts, and this is where I want to paste the expert advisors. I'll delete the ones that come by default with MetaTrader. Now I have placed the experts on MetaTrader, but this is the source code, so I need to compile them. There are two ways to do that. One is if you click on it, you will see the source code, which is something I really don't touch as another developer, but the only thing I do is to click on compile. Now the other option is you go on the navigator and you right click on expert advisors and you click on refresh. This will automatically compile the expert advisors and you'll be able to see them in here. Now the next step is to open the appropriate charts. So I'll go to pound dollar, I'll drag one chart for the M15 time frame, and if you don't see all symbols, all you need to do is right click and click on show all, so you will see more symbols available from the broker. I see the Bitcoin right in here, so I'll drag and drop it on the second chart and it is on M15. And actually if I right click on spread, you will see that for the Bitcoin we have a spread of about $5, which is really a tiny spread that Global Prime offers, especially when the price sits at $67,370. The next one I need is for the gold. I will click on X on my keyboard and I'll look for the XAU USD, which is right in here. I will drop it on the third chart. I'll switch to M15 time frame, and then I need the Dow Jones, which is US 30, and I think it's right in here. That's it. I'll drag and drop it on the fourth chart, but this is on the M5 time frame. Now you don't need to put the indicators over the chart. All you need to do is to drag and drop the robots on the chart. So here is the pound dollar. You can see all of the inputs in here, but I'll just click on OK. And actually I had to enable the auto trading before doing that, so I'll do it again and I'll click on yes and I'll click on OK, and now I have the smiley face. I'll do the very same thing for the Bitcoin, drag and drop, click on OK. Same thing for the gold and the same thing for the US 30. And in the expert advisors I share, there are some inputs that you can use if you are trading on a live account, but if you do that, that's your own choice and risk you are taking. So make sure to trade first on demo account and you're happy with the results of the expert advisors before trading on a live account. However, I wanted to show you that there are entry protections and account protections. So for example, if you are trading $1,000 live account and you don't want to lose more than, let's say, $100 in one day, you just set it up in here, or you can set a minimum equity. And as well, if you have a target of, let's say, $100 a day, you can set it to 1,100. And this way, if the robots reach $100 of profit, they will just stop trading before you decide what to do next. Now leave these 4 expert advisors trading everything in the demo account, and I'll leave the link down below in the description so you can track how they are performing whenever you're watching the video. As well, I will leave the link to AI Studio, so if you want to generate strategies and experiment on different markets, you can do that for free with a free trial. Leave the link to Global Prime if you want to test the broker, and as well I will leave the link to the 4 expert advisors so you can download them for free. I hope this video was useful to you guys and you will find some profitable robots. As always, I thank you so much for watching my videos until the end. It means the world to me. Before you go, check out this video on my site to learn more about another expert advisor that I recently found, and it works great and it's free. Thanks, I love you, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers!